G'day folks. G'day. What we're talking about today is something that old Schneelock, well, he was dissecting on his channel, trying to figure out what this, it's, ever seen this? This is a cable, and it's on the built-in molded. Nothing wrong with the cable. It just, this is a plug-in there. That's gotta hang on. These are cables never been used, by the way. See, it's a little plug-in, but it's whoop. And the other end has got one too. Hey, now two of these on this cable. These guys have seen this before, I hope. The reason why we're talking about it is there's in a lot of people's head is what do these little things do, eh? They call that a ferrite coil. But ferrite is semi-metal, it's conductive, and this could be comprised of just a chunk of metal too, eh? And they just run the wire through it. We, in electricity sometimes is somewhat similar to electronics, eh? In electricity, if you have a high voltage, you have a, they call that a corona buildup around the wire, and you want to kind of keep that in and keep it from building up. And the way you keep it from building up is you shield, okay? So then it doesn't flux. It's the, I was going to get into terminologies, other terminologies here, but we're going to get back to this here, okay? This, it's like a choke, okay? Is your wire, okay, comes out of your whatever machine. It's got a signal, okay? And sometimes the signal coming out of the machine is not the cleanest. It's got static on it. Yeah, an example of that is you ever seen in the microphones there, sometimes something goes wrong and it goes and well, that's there's static, or it's the ground that's muffed up, or the live goes to ground or something. Anyways, but keep the outside static RF signals, okay? RF signals, that's what's RF signal? It's a radio frequency, eh? So you could have this plugged into something, and there's for some reason that cable is just the right length, and that harmonics are picking up signal from radio. I don't know if these still exist. The radio stations, eh? So these chokes, okay, we could call them chokes. They're to prevent this, any buildup on the wires, and then it prevents it from going into your, whatever you're dealing with, your machine. It's either something that transmits a signal or something that receives a signal. But this is just to nullify that, to in normal life, eh? I think I look in the ceiling here in the garage, and they have a lot of fixtures, fluorescent fixtures, and these send out RF signal. You get these big lights, you know, like in arenas and things. These send out, and these have been known to be real dirty, eh? Like they really put out a lot of RF signal, eh? And a lot of static, eh? And that's governed too, eh? By ULC. They make the companies clean up I've seen some of these fixtures have diodes in them to clean up the RF because it's too much of it being put out by the ballast, and then it's picked up by different instruments. But see, like this here is to clean it up. It either cleans up what comes out of the one machine. It's got two, one at each end, so I presume they're trying to clean up what comes out of the machine, or they're trying to clean it up before it goes back into the other machine. But sometimes they're not necessarily, like that. The companies put those on their cables. It doesn't cost much, and it just prevents a lot of noise. One way that you could see that noise is if you had an oscilloscope. Then you'd see the RF signal that your cable's picking up, or amplify later on, like down the line, it's amplified. The more you pick up, the more you input into different electronic components, the component will react to that, the RF signal. So it's I don't know, it's something that has to be treated, and that's one way of treating it. They can treat it internally in the unit, whatever it is, the radio, or I don't know, camera, or like I don't know where this cable went, okay? But there's a lot of examples of this. You'll see that, and you poke around in your cables around your computer, and you'll see some of these little ferrite cores, and that's what they are. That's all it is. It's a noise eliminator, you could call it. I don't want to talk about electrical when I talk about this, but electrical is similar, but you got to eliminate the noise, because it builds up on a cable. And even in our communications cable, we used to have, we're going off on left field here, on our communications cable, okay, like communicate between MCCs and things like that. We had different cables. We used to use shielding, which is a way to eliminate the noise. And I've seen some cables where it was particularly very sensitive. You'd have twisted pairs and they'd be shielded. So that's, see, like the two cables are twisted, one the other. That, then they don't have to put all these nice little nodules all over the place, They just put the right cable. Plus, you know, like that eliminates a lot of problems. But our main way of eliminating noise for the computers in the mills was that we would put shielded cable, and these shielded cables came, and we had a shielded cable tray. The cable tray was like just made out of metal, okay? And there was a cover. And once you put all your cables in, you cover it, put screws in, and that's it. So it'd keep, because there's a lot of motors, okay, AC motors, your drives, your AC drives put out a lot of static electricity, RF signals. So you're preventing an accumulation of that. That's the whole idea of that. Okay, I said enough on this one. I hope you didn't bore you with useless information. If you see these now you're smart enough to know what they're doing. They're trying to eliminate noise, but not noise that, well, sometimes you can hear it, but it's all a small little stuff, and it amplifies, and it builds up. And if it's music, well, it won't be as crystal clear as it should be. Or if it's your computer, well, it won't be, or it'll cause noise in the picture. That's it. We're at the limit of where we're going to do with this. I'll try to give a link to old Sneelock's, what was this? Was it a find? Oh, he had he had a picture. It was like a picture frame that changes, eh? And that was, I don't know if that was the DC power supply for that. And it had one of those ferrite cores on the cord, and the power cord was damaged. They said he had to poke around with it to get the picture to run. So he finally brought it down to the shop, and he's dissecting. Well, I'll try to get the leak, and then I'll put it in here, and you can go and check out the reason why I did all this. Okay, that's it. I flapped my gums enough. Don't forget, folks, the better ones are yet to come. I know I've been saying this for a while, but someday it'll happen, eh? I salute you all. Comments are welcome. We'll see you in the next one.
I think it has developed an affection for me.